Okay, this time, let us discuss on how to test the hypothesis. As you can still remember in our previous video, hypothesis is tested using the statistical treatment. And using the t-test, we have here an example. So I will show you how to compute and how to interpret and how to test the hypothesis. Alright, now in t-test, we have here what we called as the computed value versus the tabular. Okay? We have here the computed value versus the tabular. Now, in computing the computed value, we are going to use the formula of t. The result of t, the t value that will serve as our computed value. And the degree of freedom is what we called as the tabular value. From the name itself, tabular, the value is coming from the table. Okay, so I will show you how, for example, how to get the tabular value if ever we have an example here. So, degree of freedom is equal to n sub 1 plus n sub 2 minus 2. Okay, the n here signifies the number of items in your questionnaire. Why? Bakit may dalawa to? May 1 saka y sub 2. Because in using the t-test, we have two variables. Okay? We have two variables. Example, questionnaire for the students and questionnaire for the teachers. So we have two variables. So if ever I have a questionnaire, 10 items for students and 10 items for teachers, so ibig sabihin, my degree of freedom, 10 items, 10 number of questions for my students, so we have 10. Plus another 10 questions for the teachers or the second respondents, we have 10. Then minus 2, so the degree of freedom, 10 plus 10 is 20, minus 2, therefore, the degree of freedom is 18. Okay, the standard class, the standard that we are using here in our school, the degree of freedom, we are going to find the tabular value using the degree of freedom at 0.05 level of significance, which signifies as the 5% margin of error and a two-tailed. Okay? So again, we are using, these are the data, 0.05 level of significance at two-tailed. And degree of freedom, 18. Okay, let's try to get the tabular value with this example. So we have here, get your tabular value for the t-table. So we have the t-table, the tabular value t-table. Alright? So our tabular value at 0.05 level of significance, unang hahanapin natin yung degree of freedom natin. So what is our degree of freedom? DF, at the left part of the table. The degree of freedom is 18. Try to locate the degree of freedom 18. So this is our degree of freedom. Now, sobrang daming columns dito. Again, please focus only to the two-tailed, one-tailed, two-tailed. So we are going to focus on the two-tailed. Dito lang siya. At the bottom part. Sa baba. Pinakababa ng nasa column natin, top natin. Okay? Two-tailed at 0.05 level of significance. Kung napapansin nyo, may one-tailed na 0.50, 0.25, 0.005, 0.005, 0.05. Again, we only have to focus on two-tailed at 0.05 level of significance. Two-tailed, 0.05. So, nandito. So, this column, we are going to use this column. At imamatch natin kung ano yung resulting degree of freedom natin. Since the degree of freedom is 18, let's try to match it. Match to 0.05 level significance. Therefore, the tabular value is 2.101. 0.05, 2.101. 8 degree of freedom 18 at 0.05. Two-tailed 2.101. So that is now our tabular value. Okay, this time in computing the computed value na naman tayo. Okay, do not be confused, class. Bakit sa formula ni T, may x sub 1, s sub 1 squared, saka n sub 1. Meron ding x sub 2 squared, s sub 2 squared, n sub 2. Kasi nga, itong x sub 1, s sub 1, n sub 1, this data are coming from our students' respondents. Okay, dalawang respondents tayo for the students. At tapos yung S sub 2 naman, x sub 2 squared, x sub 2, x sub 2, s sub 2 squared, n sub 2, these are the data for our teachers. Kaya nga, dalawa ang ating respondents kasi in our null hypothesis, we are going to test if there is a significant difference between the responses of the respondents, the students, and the teachers in terms of depending on your title. Okay? So, let's now understand this one. Kung paano gamit itong how to compute this T. Itong x sub 1 plus, how to compute the x sub 1 bar. In computing the x sub 1, kung napapansin nyo, tapos na nating makompute yung mga weighted mean dito. Mga weighted mean dito, 23, 3.53, 3.50. Ito yun, we're done computing this one in our lessons, in our previous video, in our previous modules. So, ang gagawin nyo lang, this signifies as the average weighted mean. Itong x sub 1 or x sub 2 natin, these are our average weighted mean. But ito yung mga 3.83, these are the weighted mean. But we need to get the average weighted mean, the average of this 10. We are going to get to compute the average weighted mean ng nitong 10. So paano ko compute nito? I-add lang natin. Add natin lahat, tapos i-divide if ilan sila. So, add 3.83, 3.53, tapos i-divide by 10. Kasi nga 10 sila. Same with the x sub 2. Add natin lahat ng to, i-divide if ilan sila. That is how to get the average weighted mean. Okay? So, we're done computing the x sub 1 and the x sub 2. Tapos natin ito makuha. Now, sa s sub 1 and s sub 2 squared naman, how to get the s sub 1 squared and the s sub 2 squared, it talks about, ano to? These are our variance. Okay? And in our variance, we are done also discussing how to compute the variance. Okay, how to compute the variance? We are going the variance, the formula in getting the variance is s sub squared all over n times the summation of x squared minus the summation of x squared all over n minus 1. N times the quantity of n minus 1. So, ano yun lang, recall nyo lang yung video lesson natin. So, in computing isang variance lang, class, kasi napapansin ko sa previous modules nyo, kinocompute yung variance ni 1, variance ni 2, variance ni 3, variance ni 4. Sa karamihan nagkakamali sa ating previous module ha, daghag na sa iyo because kinocompute nyo ang variance ng 1, 2, 3, and 10. Hindi. We need to compute the general variance for the students. And we need to compute the general variance for the teachers. And these are the formula we are going to use. So yung mga x natin, ito na yung mga data natin in computing the variance. I-square natin, square to 3, so on and so forth. So focus na lang sa previous video natin. Ito yung mga data natin para kukumpute natin yung variance. Again, isang variance lang, general variance for the students and the general variance for the teachers. And that is our s sub 1 squared and our s sub 2 squared. Okay? Itong n naman, n sub 1 saka n sub 2, ito yung number of items in each questionnaire. Sa students and teachers, there are 10 items, so 10 also. And since there are 10 items for teachers, so 10 also. Ayan, so we are done. Tapos na. Then compute na yan. You have to compute using the formula for T. At kapag you are done getting the value of T, that result is our computed value. Then nasa notes ko, class, dinilagay ko kung how to interpret. Ayan, how to interpret the results. Ayan ha, review yung mga lessons. Ayan, critical tabular value, which is the computed value on how to interpret the results. So, if may tanong kayo, you can PM me, you can ask me, and that ends for this video class. Thank you for watching, and may God bless us all.